The iPhone SE 3rd generation may just be the best iPhone to get in 2024 depending on your budget and what you're looking for in a phone. As you may know, this device was released 2 years ago, so in this video I'm going to be explaining to you all whether this device is still worth getting in 2024. So first off, let's begin with the design of this iPhone. And as you can tell, it still has the old iPhone design from the iPhone 8, so it does still have the home button, and it doesn't have MagSafe. If we look at the bottom, of course there's no headphone jack. This was removed way back in 2016 on the iPhone 7. Now if we flip over to the back of the phone, you'll see that we have just one tiny camera, as well as a glass back on this phone. And at the front we also have a 4.7-inch display, so this device is really tiny. As a matter of fact, it's actually the same size as the iPhone 6 from 2014. So let's move on to the specs of this iPhone. Now this iPhone has an A15 chip that is from the iPhone 13 series, and it also has 3.22 GHz of CPU as well as a quad-core GPU. The iPhone SE3 also has 4 GB of RAM, and it also has between 64 to 256 GB of storage, as you can tell here. So let's get into the battery life of the iPhone SE. So according to Apple, this device has 15 hours of battery life, but of course this is really exaggerated. So in reality, one test showed that it has 9 hours of battery, and this is actually the same compared to the previous iPhone SE from 2020. So it does have a really good battery life, and if you're wondering how many milliamp hours it has just over 2000. And in case you buy this iPhone and the battery turns out to be awful, you can buy a battery case off of Amazon. I'll have one of these in the description in case you want to get one. And that is it for the battery. So let's get into the camera test. And if we open the camera app, you'll see that there's only one time zoom option. There's only one camera on this iPhone, just like I said earlier, so you can't do half times or 2 times zoom. And in case you're wondering, this iPhone does actually have portrait mode on it. And let's now get into the photo test. Here's what the photo looks like on the iPhone SE. Even though this device doesn't have such a nice camera, it can take some really nice photos. And here's the iPhone 14 Pro for comparison. So the iPhone SE doesn't compare to the iPhone 14 Pro. Now that's it for the photo test. Let's try taking a video on this iPhone. So here's what video looks like on the iPhone SE 3rd generation. And let's try focusing on this device so you can see the details. And the camera is still really good, and keep in mind it does record at 4K 60. The camera isn't the best, but it does still allow you to capture some really nice videos. Just for comparison, this is what video looks like on the 14 Pro. And let's try focusing on this device again. And this device can of course record a lot better, but that doesn't mean that the iPhone SE can't take some really nice videos. So let's actually talk about software support on the iPhone SE. So you can see that if we go into settings, it'll still get the latest updates, and because it was released in 2022, it will likely continue to get updates for at least the next 4 to 6 years. Because of this, I do recommend that those of you who want software support for a long time get this iPhone. So should you get the iPhone SE3 in 2024? Well, ultimately it depends on what you're looking for in a phone. If you want a phone that has a home button, then I could recommend that you get this because it's going to be the last iPhone to ever have the home button. But another great option would be the iPhone SE2, and that's because you could actually get this device for a lot cheaper. You'll see that you could get it for around 120 bucks or even lower. Another option for those of you who want a tiny phone that's really modern would be the iPhone 12 mini. And on the same back market website that I was using earlier, you could get this device for 200 bucks, which is actually the same price as the iPhone SE3. Now that's it for the iPhone SE3 review in 2024. I hope you all found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my channel to see more videos like this in the future.